If you're lucky, what you're passionate about is what you're naturally good at.
Heck yeah.
And it just feels like a joy and a pleasure. I love what I do. So there is no 9 to 5.
Dr. Robi Ludwig in the building. Let's go ahead and give a round of applause. Therapy Session Podcast. It's all powered by Happy Jack Entertainment. And to be able to talk to you, someone who I have quite literally seen on TV, that I wake up and, well, sometimes I even go to sleep when I'm watching like the true crime parts of your job. At night, I'm seeing you there as well. So, I mean, it's psychotherapist, it's TV personality, an author. How would you describe yourself, Dr. Robi?
Oh, God. I often say I have 3 jobs.
Okay.
Because it feels like I have 3 jobs. So I'm a psychotherapist, and I have a fairly big practice. I'm an author, and I do psychological commentary on TV, and I've hosted and produced my own podcast as well.
That was more than 3 jobs, wasn't it, guys? You are a busy person.
See, this is why I did not major in accounting. It's like, not so good with numbers.
But now, before we started rolling here on the pod, we were talking a tad about how you found your calling pretty early. Like, you knew that this was in your heart. How did that fester for you? When did it begin?
So I remember in elementary school, I was walking, I think I was in 6th grade.
Okay.
And I was walking home with a friend, and I said, I'm going to be a therapist.
So really?
And I just knew, I was like, I just know I'm going to be a therapist. And my mother reminded me that from that point on, I thought I was.
Okay.
I didn't think I really needed training. I was like, I will analyze you and you.
You were helping since 6th grade.
I don't know how effective I was. This was like 2nd grade. I really just knew. And then after that, in high school, I knew I wanted to be an author.
Yeah.
And my uncle is a very kind of iconic weatherman in New York City, Mr. G.
Yeah.
So I was very influenced by his work and how he was able to express his passion. And I thought TV would be pretty cool, but in the psychology realm.
To know that, at a young age you were wanting to help, that you had that calling. How special is it? We were kind of mentioning the idea of the cliche saying, when you love what you do, you're not working a day in your life. Like, how special is it to be able to find that and to have that be something that you knew?
I know. I feel like once you find your passion, it really is the centerpiece for your life. And if you're lucky, what you're passionate about is what you're naturally good at.
Heck yeah.
And it just feels like a joy and a pleasure. I love what I do. So there is no 9 to 5. There's whatever hour it happens to be.
But sometimes we got to make sure that you get your sleep. I don't want to be calling you asking for help at like 2:30 in the morning. That's just rude.
Therapists in training learn boundaries.
Okay.
Because, you can't do therapy effectively 24/7, right? You're not meant to be available 24/7. If somebody needs that from you, you need to analyze it and say, what's going on?
Wow.
So we learn those boundaries because it's essential to keeping the treatment workable.
And effective, and to be your best self for somebody else.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and if somebody is sucking you in, then you're probably a young therapist who's being manipulated by the patient. And so I think every young therapist has moments like that.
My gosh.
Or attracting friends that are really troubled is like your unofficial patients,
for sure.
in your personal life. And then you really learn. You learn how to use your body and your mind as an instrument to help the process.
What does it do for your heart? How special must you feel knowing that you are able to assist others in being their best selves?
I always say that it's not me just doing the work. Really, somebody has to show up and want to do the work with me.
Okay.
It's a collaboration. And what I have found is when you are a therapist long enough, you end up attracting and keeping the patients you're meant to work with.
Got it.
And so I really enjoy all the patients that I work with. And so what's really a pleasure to see, and I feel really blessed to see people start from one place, in a place of pain or struggle, and then you see their lives flourish. And to be a part of that process, it's not just me, it's bigger than me.
Yeah.
But I'm a conduit